Hey guys, this is George from ergonomictrends.com. Are you curious about the differences between a $300 plus gaming chair and one that costs half as much? In this video, I'll be reviewing the AKRacing Core Series chair and helping you decide whether it's worth paying the extra bucks for a chair that looks very much like any budget gaming chair. Let's go! So on the left is the AKRacing Core chair, while on the right is one of my favorite budget gaming chairs, the GT Racing chair. At a glance, the two look very similar, though the biggest difference between the two is in the build quality. The PU leather on the AKRacing chair has a smoother, velvety feel to it, while the inside consists of cold-cured foam versus the less expensive memory foam found on cheaper budget gaming chairs. Compare that to the GT Racing chair. The leather has a more plasticky feel to it. The padding is made of memory foam versus the cold-cured foam found on the AKRacing, which while softer, has a greater tendency to sag under heavy weight. Another big difference with a $300 gaming chair such as the AKRacing Core Series compared to a cheaper chair is the sturdier frame. You'll find a lot more metal parts such as in the base, while cheaper chairs will usually opt for hardened plastic instead. So what does this mean practically speaking? Straight off the bat, I'd say that if you're over 230 pounds, it's worth paying the extra price AKRacing Core commands over cheaper gaming chairs, even if they're advertised for the big and tall. The cold foam padding ensures you won't be sitting in a depressed seat after just a few months, and the heftier frame guarantees the longevity of the chair well into a few years. Another benefit of the improved build quality is in the silence you'll enjoy. The AKRacing Core is dead silent. There are no creaks or squeaks whatsoever, no matter how hard I try to induce them. You can hear the difference in the cheaper GT Racing gaming chair. After a few weeks, there are minor squeaks whenever I rock or recline the backrest or get out of the seat. It's a lot better than some of the other budget gaming chairs, but squeaking is a problem I've observed in almost every gaming chair under $200 I've come across. In terms of features, the AKRacing chair is rather standard, even compared to, say, the GT Racing chair. The backrest tilts, as you can see, and can be locked easily by pushing in the lever. The recline feature does beat the GT Racing chair in that it goes all the way back to 180 degrees flat, compared to 170 degrees on the GT Racing chair. Practically speaking though, 170 degrees is more than enough to fully relax your back every once in a while. The armrests on the AKRacing Core beats most budget gaming chairs, however. It's wider and, more importantly, length adjustable. This is especially important in the recline position where you want the armrests farther back to support your arms as they move back. They also pivot in and out, though so do the ones on the GT Racing chair. Comfort is a bit of a mixed bag with the more expensive AKRacing Core chair. Yes, the cold-cure foam padding in the seat is more resistant to sagging, but it's also harder as a result since it's relatively thin. I actually prefer the seat in my cheaper GT Racing chair, but then again, I only weigh 150 pounds. For larger folks, again, go with cold-cure foam pound for pound. Where the AKRacing Core chair shines, however, is in the comfort of the backrest. The cushioning is thick, almost double that found on the GT Racing chair. My friend noticed the difference immediately after she laid back in the chair. One thing that irked me, however, is the design of the external neck pillow. Because the pillow goes over the headrest instead of through the cutout, it's very limiting in terms of how much you can adjust its height. On the GT Racing chair, the neck pillow goes through the cutout in the headrest to enable you to move it up and down a good 4 inches without falling off. So what's my final verdict on the AKRacing Core Series gaming chair? Despite the seemingly mixed performance, it's actually very clear. For the $300 plus price tag, what you're getting is a much sturdier, quieter gaming chair compared to anything in the $200 range. This means that if you're over 230 pounds in my estimation, the AKRacing Core Series or even Master Series would be my go-to chair over anything that costs less. When you're on the heavy side, the overall build quality in a chair matters exponentially more. If you're an average build person like myself, however, a good budget gaming chair such as the GT Racing Chair offers comparable comfort and adjustments for half the price.